Have you ever consistently done something you know you shouldn't have? Believe me, I'm an expert at this. Please don't ask me what I was doing Sunday at 5:30. I hate this game. Believe me, I hate this game. Every time I lose, my opponents, they laugh at me, they emote on me, and it prevents me from starting my PNB talk. So believe me when I say I hate this game. But time and time again, I find myself drawn to it. I keep coming back to it. This game, it abuses me, it beats me down, and then it calls my name and says, come back, play me. If you take a look at my actions, I'm constantly playing this game, right? But if you look at my beliefs, I hate it, right? So what's going on? This is causing like an uncomfortable feeling in me, and we call this cognitive dissonance. So cognitive dissonance is when your actions don't align with your beliefs. Now, what can we do to get rid of that uncomfortable feeling? We can either create new actions, which align with our beliefs, or we can have new beliefs, which align with our actions. I want to get my PNB talk done on time, so I'm definitely not going to create new beliefs. I should create new actions. And I better do this quick before I fall victim to the over-justification effect, which says that sometimes when you feel cognitive dissonance, you over-justify that using other means. So maybe if I'm playing Clash Royale, I could over-justify that by saying, oh, I've done 10 minutes of work on my PNB talk. I deserve a break, right? And we don't want that. So how do we take back our lives? And how can I finish this PNB talk on time? So strategy one is what I like to call whoop, right? So you start with a wish, you have an outcome, you have an obstacle, and you have a plan. So your wish is your ultimate goal. What do you want to do? What do you want to get out of this? So for you, maybe it's like going to the gym. The next thing is your outcome, and this is where you visualize your ideal outcome. What is the best possible case that could happen, right? So maybe for your case, if you're going to the gym, it's like you get shredded and you get all the girls or guys, and then you have your plan, right? You have your obstacle, right? And your obstacle is what is getting in the way of you going to the gym. Maybe it's very far, maybe you don't have friends, but it could be various things. And finally, you have a plan, right? And your plan is an if-then statement. If this happens, then I'm going to do this. So let's look at what this would look like for me. So if I were to use whoop, my wish is to get my PNB talk done on time. My best possible outcome would be that Joe Kim is very, very pleased with my presentation. So this is my ideal outcome. My obstacle is obviously Clash Royale. And my plan might look something like this. If it's 9 a.m., then I will start my PNB talk. Or maybe if I want to play Clash, then I will take a break. Well, no, I mean a walk, not a break, obviously. Okay, strategy two is friction. Now, you don't have to be a physicist to understand what friction is. Think of it as like you do things that are easier and you don't do things that are harder, right? So pushing this ice block, you can tell there's low friction here. So it's very easy to move. But pushing this wooden box is much harder, right? Because there's a lot of friction. And this kind of works against us here because it's very hard to start your PNB talk, but it's very easy to play Mega Knight at the bridge, right? So if friction is working against us, how can we use that to our advantage? The way we do that is increasing friction for things that we don't want to do and decreasing frictions for things that we do want to do. So in my case, maybe I uninstall Clash Royale. Now every time I want to play the game, I have to reinstall it, then I have to update it, and I have to do all these things. And that makes it very hard to play the game. And to make it easier to start my PNB talk, maybe I open up all the tabs that I need. Maybe I open up the Trello and some videos, right? And maybe I open up my slides. So now it's sitting right there, and I have very little friction with starting my PNB talk. So we went over whoop, we went over friction. Now let's go over queuing. Now, if you remember about homeostasis is your brain trying to keep things the same. So now, if you have like a really disorganized room, it's like your bedroom, and you're always playing video games here, do you guys think that's going to be conducive to like actually getting work done? Probably not. And that's because of homeostasis, your brain is trying to keep things the same. It wants you to play video games here. So maybe instead you should move to a nice office room. In my case, to get my PNB talk on time, I definitely realized I can't be doing work here. This is absolutely no way. And instead, I need to start doing my work here. And the better thing about this, by the way, is if I consistently do my work in this office study room every time, whenever I go into this office study room, again, think back to homeostasis, I'm going to want to do work, right? So now we've gone over the three strategies we can use. We've gone over whoop, we've gone over friction, and we've gone over queuing. So now we know how to defeat our habits, right? Why? Why am I changing my actions? Again, at the very beginning, I said with cognitive dissonance, you could change your actions or your beliefs. Why exactly do I want to change my actions so much? Are we sure that Clash Royale is the issue? Why exactly is Clash Royale bad? Am I really going through cognitive dissonance? Now, sometimes you're not going through cognitive dissonance, you're going through the normative function of conformity. So what is the normative function? That's essentially your fear of rejection making you kind of conform to the norm. So maybe the issue isn't that Clash Royale is the problem. Maybe it's you guys. Maybe you guys make me feel bad by playing Clash Royale, and that's why I want to change. So let's reinstall this game here. The next time you have a bad habit you want to change, let's actually make sure that it's a bad habit and it's coming from a place of true self-improvement and not something where you're conforming to the norm. And if you do want to get rid of that habit, now you know how to whoop your bad habits away. Thank you.